Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and today we're gonna take a first look at the new line from Masters of the Universe Mattel's He-man 2000X collection, the very first of the figures, and in hand. Just looking at it right now, I'm gonna tell you right now. My first impression is, yep, that's it didn't get better than I was hoping that it would, but. Let's go ahead and take it out of the packaging, and we're gonna look at that again later on. Take a look at the packaging. Take it out of the figure out of the packaging, okay? All right, so here he is out of packaging. Yes, not a very glamorous look. I literally just ripped him out and put him in here, just to we can both all look and see what's going on with the figure, and you can kind of see how I react to this firsthand. So why did I say it's like, well, yep, that's exactly what I was expecting. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to kind of move things around to make it look a whole lot better. So I want this a little bit lower. Yeah, what that does is it lengthens the torso, which is what's necessary, that was missing from before. So why am I so disappointed? Because when I'm looking at that, that's what I'm kind of hoping for. What's the difference between this one and that one? Head sculpt. I was really hoping, here's another version. I was really hoping this is the head sculpt we're gonna get. Instead, what we got is, let's see if I can bring him in, this head sculpt. But that doesn't look the same as if I thought it'd go. So I think the main difference between the two is the jawline. Look at the jawline on this one, and look at the jawline on this one. His is a little bit more curved, more softer. The jawline on this one's much more sharper. I don't mind the hair. Yeah. Okay. And then this feels so small. Like this should be bigger. I believe the Netflix cartoon He-man has a similarly designed power sword, and I think I have that. I'm not sure if I do. I might steal it and give it to this guy. So having arranged this figure now, if the head was different, this proportion body looks really good. Yes, the thighs look a little bit thin, but it only emphasizes the width of the chest and arms, and it kind of does look as if it's out of place. Like maybe the legs should be a little bit wider, but then he'll kind of look like Origins. And this is the equivalent of Origins, right? This is still the cartoon collection, but focused mainly on the 2000X version. Articulation, there's the head. That one. Wait, so if this is the cartoon collection, is this pull out? Yes. So it has the joint goes that way, not this way. So that's good. No cuts here, just a waist rotation over there. Over 90 on the bend of the arm, which is good. Twist. The arm on this one goes in and out. This one goes up and down, and look at how nicely that thing goes down. That is really good. Wow, that's really good. Like if there was just a little bit more bend on this one, that's a really good hand as well. This actually looks much better now that I've kind of messed it around a bit and lowered this quite a lot, so that you can barely see the cut, but you know, it just really adds a lot to it. So this has basically the articulation of an Origins or cartoon collection, up and down, and ankle pivot. Yeah, so honestly, the only thing wrong is the head, and it's not like the whole head is bad. This is $20, I believe. And then, of course, the sword. But the sword is almost forgivable. But man, because this thing is so big, this should be a lot, maybe but that much. But look, I don't think I've ever seen a He-Man figure have such a nice bend at the wrist. I think I'm looking at Lionel. Hold a second. Because we can't help it, right? We have to compare with this He-Man. And yeah, you know what? I'm mistaken. This He-Man can do that kind of a bend. Cartoon Collection He-Man. 2000X He-Man. You know, side by side, 2000X He-Man is only slightly taller on completely as a figure. That's soul to soul. But when it comes to the body, then 2000X He-Man is taller on the shoulders. The waist is here for Cartoon Collection, and the waist is up here for 2000X. This is bulkier. Very interesting. Now there's a YouTuber, I think it's the Manchild or Hebro, that does swap outs of these. I wonder if you can actually swap out the upper thighs and keep the lower part of the leg, because that's longer. The thighs are actually about the same. Yeah, see, almost the same length. But obviously this is thicker. A person who is a lot more dedicated to customizing would replace the upper thigh with this one, and I wonder if that will change it. Obviously, if you were, because of the interchangeability of this one, you can easily do that. This one, but you can't do it with the upper thigh. But oh, look at the big change though. If you were to use just this and just cover your eyes, and that changes it dramatically, actually. Just try to look at it from this point on, so you can kind of visualize how this would look with thicker thighs. So I just got to figure out how to replace this. I think I'd have to look at videos and see if you can just dunk it in hot water and pull this off completely and put this one in. And you know what? I do have a spare He-Man, because I have so many of those. I bought those extras. But let's let me think on that. I might add it on this one. As it is right now, it's not bad. I was gonna give it a value of 10, because that face just kills it for me. And having fixed the situation with the gear and everything, it really does fix the proportions of this figure. And to be honest, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just the head is really killing it for me. And the hair, like, I think this is a mistake. This is much more wider than it should be. Like, that changes everything. So I'm gonna give it a value of 11, because it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But the fact that I had to customize it and make it look good, I'm not entirely sure. It is what, $20, I believe, when I bought it. Or it's still $20, I'm pretty sure. But I don't want to give it a 12 because I feel like I do need to customize it just to get it. Like this one should be softer. I'll give it a value of 11. Not quite 10. Easy 11, bordering on 12. Base price 10, equaling $19 or $20. And I would say goodbye for now, but I am so positive that this could be made so much better easily that let me go ahead and do a quick custom, and I'll just add it to this part of the video. So there it is, out of the box. And all right, I'm back. I cannibalized my faker, but I know I have an extra He-Man somewhere because I have a lot of heads, so I know I do. I just can't seem to find it. But so here's Faker now with a thin thighs and everything, and the thing over there. But anyway, going back to what we were actually doing is here's the new He-Man with his new upper thighs. Now, I can't do any more comparisons because I don't have an extra He-Man 2000X, but I think that's a lot better. And then I just slightly shaved off the jaw, but I think it might still need a little bit more. And then I kind of compressed the hair a little bit so it's closer to the main body because I feel like that was just too much. I don't know. I feel like that's better. And by the way, the peg inside the cartoon collection is, or the peg inside here fits perfectly, as you can see, right? It might be slightly loose, but I don't think it is. It's smaller by 0.1 millimeter. I'm not even sure if it is, but the top half of the peg, I had to cut off like this much, which doesn't really matter. I should have tried and put it on first before I cut it off to see if it was even necessary, but wait, did I put this backwards? Crap. I had to pull it out before it started to cool, but here I cut it, but just by a little bit. I don't need to warm this up again. All right, I even made sure that I wasn't gonna do it backwards, and I still ended up doing it. Anyway, so yeah, there it is, the new He-Man 2000X collection figure, and yeah, it just needs a little bit of slight modification, which I feel like you didn't need to, or we didn't have to do that. I don't even know why. Like, why even sculpt a newer thigh? I think that's from the thigh of the Thundercats, but why even use that? You already have an existing one that would have been just much more perfect. It doesn't change the height because it's literally the same thigh length. Yeah, it doesn't change the height, so I don't know why they did that. Okay, I'll just do it for He-Man anyway. So, but look, it just bumps it up a lot more better. I still feel like we could have gotten a better head sculpt than that, but yeah, I think that's a whole lot better. Anyway, that's it for my review of Mattel's Masters of the Universe 2000X collection He-Man. And remember, this site right now that you're seeing is a customized version with a change of the upper thigh from a cartoon collection and a little bit of shaving on the head, which I feel like it still needs a little bit more, or maybe just get a better head sculpt than this. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys on my next review. Bye.